Quant is a very nice one. Look at this one. Look at this one. So look at this, all right? Look at all this time spent under this diagonal resistance, right? Okay, that's 800 plus days under this diagonal resistance. You broke out, you retested previous resistance as new support. Now you zoom in, you're basing on that newly turned support, okay? And that is bullish, right? You basically are forming a rounded bottom on support, and if that breaks out, now let's zoom back out, and this is how you find these things, right? You got people on Twitter, they're posting and bragging about, assets going 10x that just came out of a pre-sale. Obviously, anything that just launches, any token that just launches goes up. What you want to pay attention to is not necessarily the pre-sale things and all that stuff. That is a strategy in crypto, obviously, but it's complicated, and usually your allotment, you can't really buy that many assets, that many tokens of these pre-sale items. If you want to, and there's a lot of risk involved because it goes up really quickly and then goes back down a lot. So if you're not like an investor, an early investor, you can get caught in a retracement, a really nasty retracement. If you're focusing on altcoins just that are readily available, what you want to do is you want to catch these bottoms by looking at what has been consolidating for the past few hundred days. I mean, the opportunities are endless right now. Hello everyone, my name's Dean, let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is February 9th, 2024. And I have some thoughts about Bitcoin's most recent price action, and it may go against what most people believe is actually happening. Conversely, I think altcoins are doing something that not that many people expect. So I will clarify, but you have to watch until the very end. Hope everyone's having a great day. Let's get into it. Let's get started with the Bitcoin chart. Okay, right here and right now, we have done something that I didn't personally anticipate. If you watch this channel, if you follow my work, you will have seen me say, okay, this midline, the midline of this 50 plus day channel was likely to be resistance for the price. Bitcoin had most likely put in an impulsive move down from 48K, the ETF, and this was a check back, meaning a retracement, right? Probably a wave 2 situation, which was likely going to find its high at the midline right here, which also represents roughly the 0.618 of this move right here, okay? And what did we do here? We continued to the top of the channel. Did not expect that. However, I like to pride myself on not necessarily dying on a hill, so to speak. I have thoughts, I have theories, I have ideas, but you have to update your trading plans with new information. And with this new information, here's what I believe is happening in the Bitcoin price. Okay, you have to zoom out or else it doesn't make sense. All right, I've been saying for quite some time that I see us having put in an impulsive move from the bottom here, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, okay? I believe that this wave 5 continues all the way here. I think the last of this impulse happened at the ETF announcement, okay? So I think that this is basically the final wave, right? Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. I think wave 5 is this, okay? And you basically have here, right, a wave 4 of 5, and then this was wave 5. What I see here, this dump, is your initial break of structure. What I believe then we have here is a B wave, i.e. a counter correction. So this is your initial break of structure or your initial correction of this entire move, right? And now this is your counter correction. Okay. If that is true, then what we can expect is a move to the upside, but not necessarily an unrestricted or sort of a bullish move to the upside. This is corrective. If it's a B wave, it's corrective in nature and it's bound by the phi ratio of this move. So the highest it can go is 56,781. So we can go even higher. But as it stands, if you zoom into the Bitcoin chart, it looks like we are finding some resistance here at the top of the range, okay? And remember, this range is significant because this has been now 65 days since we've been in this range. So you may find that the price does top out here or in this region. Furthermore, please remember that we're going into a weekend. Weekend price actions typically not bullish, and if it is, it's not sustainably bullish, meaning as soon as the market opens back up again, we usually retrace on those moves. Also, cannot be understated. Today is a new moon, meaning it represents statistically a local market top in markets. I would not expect Bitcoin to just go to all-time high here, which a lot of people believe is happening, right? If you look at social media, you can see people are literally like ecstatic about this move in Bitcoin, right? Obviously, Bitcoin went higher than we expected, but they're like, okay, this is the beginning of the move to six figures or to all-time highs, right? You can see 46K, yet the feed is totally silent, bullish. Don Alt is saying, I don't see any reason to be bearish whatsoever in the Bitcoin price. Tom Crown is saying, Ichimoku clouds are looking good. First bullish signal of that kind since October of 2021. You even have Lunar Crush that is posting bullish signal after bullish signal after bullish signal, or bullish tweet after bullish tweet after bullish tweet. For me, when I see stuff like that, that's a top signal, okay? That's a top signal. Like, when you look at the sentiment, when people are really, really excited and, the masses are super bullish, typically that denotes a top. And yes, again, I will say, I didn't have Bitcoin going to the top of this channel. I thought that this was going to represent the top here, but that move overnight represented a 12% gain, which, that's double digits. It's not, the biggest gain ever, but it's more than I thought. So essentially what we have is, this inverse head and shoulders right here, bullish reversal pattern, broke out and hit its target. I think that's all she wrote. I think the combination of our being in, the combination of there being a full moon, a new moon, signifying the local market top, the inverse head and shoulders, or the pattern analysis hitting its technical target, and also the fact that we're going into a weekend, I wouldn't necessarily bet on Bitcoin going too much higher than where it's at. Also, it's at this resistance, right? This 50 plus day of resistance level of this channel. Okay, so that's Bitcoin. So I don't see Bitcoin going much higher. Like I said, I believe that now, given this information, we can say with a high degree of probability that this then was your initial break of structure, targeting wave 4 of the previous trend. And this right now is your B wave. And so now what we're expecting, now let's zoom back out. And for those of you who will say, well, Dean, you said this, you said that, you always, I think the best traders, as Peter Brett likes to say, and he's a legendary trader, he has strong opinions held weakly. Strong opinions held weakly. Like, I still do believe that this move in Bitcoin represents an impulse, and that impulse has yet to correct, and that we must come down to this region to correct. That hasn't changed. Now we're talking about the details. How are we going to correct? When are we going to correct? That's what we're talking about here, right? We're talking about essential, important details, but details nonetheless. So like I said, I still think that this is wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and I think this is wave 5. Now I think this is A wave, B wave, and then we're going to get a little more some sort of consolidation, distributive consolidation before our final move down. And when it's all said and done, if that's true, we should take now the same time, more or less, as we took to go up, which was 88 days to come down. Okay, so 88 days up, and thus far we've put in 29 days down, right? If this B wave is part of that. So I would expect us to continue to go sideways for quite some time, right? As the retracement down back to the $30,000 level may not happen until late March, early April, based off of this new information. So that's what I see in Bitcoin. That's a new development. That's an important development. I just don't see it going that much further. Obviously, you can have a B wave go back all the way to the phi ratio of the A wave. So like I said, we can go further up, but it won't be in a bullish sense. However, altcoins are different. Altcoins are actually putting in a legitimate bullish move, because if you stay on the high time frames, what you see in the altcoin space is legitimate, bona fide moves from the bottom, and that's what you really want to be bullish, right? So I'm on the daily time frame looking at one example, DYDX, as you can see, and I've shown this before, but I'm just really highlighting just how bullish altcoins are. Like, you've seen Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's done 100% in a year. Great. Now watch what altcoins do, because altcoins have been stuck in consolidation, bullish consolidation, for hundreds of days, and they're still there, and they're just now looking to break out. So you can see right here, DYDX, or ETH DYDX, I think it's the full name, looking to break out. So don't be surprised if altcoins start putting in crazy moves. As you can see, the daily candle for this is really bullish. Even on the small time frame, you can see a breakout on the 4-hourly time frame of this right here. One second. Here we go. Of this bullish reversal pattern with the neckline right here, right? These altcoins are breaking out. Let me give you another example. Let's go back on the higher time frame, so really you understand or appreciate just how bullish altcoins are, right? And then we're going to see this reflected in our altcoin indicator, Bitcoin dominance, right? Because look at Bitcoin dominance. So Bitcoin dominance also, so just as Bitcoin went a little higher than I thought, you also have, one second, let me fix my screen. Let's see. Just like Bitcoin went a little higher than we thought, Bitcoin dominance also went a little higher than I thought. However, even though we didn't turn around at this midline, we consolidated and it was a reaccumulation, we shot up. Now we're at the phi ratio of this previous move down, and it looks like we're putting in a move down. We'll see if it continues, but if it does, that is the move that really reflects altcoins gaining against Bitcoin in a major way. Now let's go back to our charts to see what I mean by altcoins gaining against Bitcoin. And of course, it's not every altcoin. but it's most altcoins. I would not be bullish on altcoins that have already run. I've talked about this extensively on the channel. I would not be bullish in Cardano necessarily. On a higher time frame, it can move up higher, but the bulk of the bullish momentum in Cardano, in Chainlink, has been put in. So any moves to the upside will be marginal at best. Okay, let's look at other really bullish, kind of stuck in their bear market consolidation moves, bear market consolidation assets. Hook, I've given this example before, stuck in the bear market consolidation, finally moving up and out of this channel, right? These are the ones that you should be paying attention to. These are the ones that you shouldn't be surprised if you wake up and they put in 50-60% move to the upside. This is what is the story, not Bitcoin, okay? It is the altcoin space, okay? Another example, Litentry. You know, these are moving, and you can see on the smaller time frame, you've put in some very nice basing here, right? Bullish reversal pattern, and you're coming off the lows here. You're coming off the lows. This is a daily time frame. So you're coming off the lows. You let that move mature into what is likely going to be a double or triple digit gain. Okay, let's keep looking. So I see Lit, I see DYDX. Quant is a very nice one. Look at this one. Look at this one. So look at this. All right. Look at all this time spent under this diagonal resistance, right? Okay, that's 800 plus days under this diagonal resistance. You broke out, you retested previous resistance as new support. Now you zoom in, you're basing on that newly turned support, okay? And that is bullish, right? You basically are forming a rounded bottom on support, and if that breaks out, now let's zoom back out, and this is how you find these things, right? You got people on Twitter, they're posting and bragging about, you know, assets going 10x that just came out of a pre-sale. Obviously, anything that just launches, any token that just launches goes up. What you want to pay attention to is not necessarily the pre-sale things and all that stuff. That is a strategy in crypto, obviously, but you know, it's complicated, and usually your allotment, you can't really buy that many assets, that many tokens of these pre-sale items. If you want to, and you know, there's a lot of risk involved because it goes up really quickly and then goes back down a lot. So if you're not like an investor, an early investor, you can get caught in a retracement, a really nasty retracement. If you're focusing on altcoins just that are readily available, what you want to do is you want to catch these bottoms by looking at what has been consolidating for the past few hundred days. I mean, the opportunities are endless right now. I know it's been a long time, but 824 days, you've waited. Now, when this does go, I mean, just imagine the targets to the upside, right? For instance, just giving staying on quant as an example, go on the weekly time frame, and you can really start to appreciate just where this is going. I mean, okay, typically in a triangle pattern, right, the breakout targets the top of the move and sometimes a little higher, okay? But if you look at this as, and I like to look at this as a 5 waves up, 3 waves down, I'm targeting the 1 to 1, 2, 3, 6, okay? So basically, in Elliott wave theory, you have zigzags targeting 5 waves, 3 waves, and then the 1 to 1, 2, 3, 6 Fibonacci extension of the A wave retracement of the B wave. So your target should be in this region right here for quant, right? And that can happen quickly because, again, the wider the base, the higher in space. You've been consolidating for 800 plus days. All the buying pressure is really stuffed down, really concentrated, and basically that move is going to express 800 plus days of consolidation. This is why I will not shut up about altcoins right now. These are the opportunities. These are the life-changing opportunities that, create legends in the space. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, let's do sand. Let's do sand. Okay, and again, you have a triangle that has broken out after a considerable amount of time under resistance, right? This one is not 800 plus days, but it's almost 700 days. And again, you have a breakout and the retest that has already taken place, okay? So any breakout is not necessarily where you're going to make a move, because you always expect a retest of previous resistance as new support. That's what we've gotten here. And now the real move comes. So this is on the brink of a major move to the upside, and this is being reflected by our Bitcoin dominance chart going down, finding resistance finally at this phi ratio. So that's pretty much all I have, guys. If you find value in my analysis, please like, share, subscribe, consider buying me a coffee at the link posted in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.